The story of our Dominican life came back from a series of older stories with the journey of humankind with God, with Saint Dominic when he founded the Order of Preachers. With his brothers and sisters, they proclaimed the truth about the kingdom where love, justice, and peace reign.
At the year 1960, the Diocese of Pampanga was having a hard time in solving social upheavals due to the scarcity of priests. Bishop Emilio Sinense planned of establishing a religious congregation of women that will help their diocese in their future missions. With Father Pangilinan as his correspondent in the USA, he was able to seek help from the Adrian Sisters by asking them to train young Filipino women that will form the nucleus of the proposed congregation. The diocese was able to recruit 5 candidates. Mother Gerald called them Queen's Daughter, referring to them as the pioneers who have future missions for their diocese.
At the first month of the year, 1964, during their novitiate, Bishop Sinense continued the preparation for the legal establishment of the congregation he envisioned to found. Prepared and competent enough, after their training with the Adrian Dominican Sisters, our pioneers took their private vows of poverty and chastity to Mother Genevieve Weber on the 11th of February, 1965. After 8 months, our pioneers with the 2 Adrian Dominican Sisters started the Institute of Our Lady of Remedies in the Diocese of San Fernando, Pampanga. Their first temporary living quarters was at the 3rd floor of Assumpta Building around the marketplace. They were able to get by their motivations and the purpose of their training, and through the help of local friends and the other congregations in the area. This simple lifestyle, they were able to learn the different phases of humility and poverty. At the beginning, we already had the opportunity to take formal studies in scriptures, theology, and academic courses provided by our congregation. It is not only for our personal growth, but also in educating the children in our diocesan school, since our pioneer members are teachers by profession. Thus started the long Dominican journey of our congregation.
In the year of 1966, the sisters started their administrative work over their assigned diocesan school and continued to fulfill their purpose and responsibilities to its community.
We have 4 mission areas, namely education, catechism, social action, and pastoral work.
Over the years, the congregation have handled more diocesan schools in Pampanga, and most of the sisters became guidance counselors, coordinators, and teachers in theology.
We believe that these 4 areas are effective means to improve the life of our people, especially here. Being a Dominican means to preach the Word of God. So, we believe that catechism is one way to preach the Word of God.
Through the regular teaching of catechesis, our young students are given an integral formation in catechesis about the doctrine, the worship, and Christian behavior. And in this way, they grow up to be solid Christians, and they are able to give mature witnessing.
The sisters have faced the concrete reality of many calamities and socio-economic problems since their congregation has been established. In their social action ministry, they organize feeding programs, relief programs, and community building projects. They also want to awaken the consciousness of their people, and guide them in their holistic formation.
There was a great flood here in central Luzon. 40 days rain, imagine the flood. Many houses were devastated. It was really very hard for all of us, not just the poor of the poorest. No roads are passable. Aside from feeding that we give to the refugees, we also give them catechetical instruction, because most of us are religion teachers and theology teachers. But then we gather at 6 o'clock and we have procession. We bring the Blessed Mother and we go around with them and pray the rosary with them. And they like that, and they like it. Here, our helping is just very, very little, but what we have done, I think it gives relief to others. We are not so mindful about the time, about the hard work we are doing, but I think it is our desire to be one with them, feel one with them, and then to help them in their very own stage at that moment, to be one with them.
Mount Pinatubo was erupted on June 15, 1991. Yung umpisa nito, meron shower of ashes in the whole Philippines, and in particular, Central Luzon.
Nasa bukid ako noon, alas 8 ng umaga, nakarinig ako na parang kumalabog. Tapos pagtingin ko dun sa Pinatubo, tingin ko dun, lumabas yung ano niya, yung pumutok na siya hanggang sa nag-cauliflower. Di umuwi na kami sa bahay, mga bata, namin, ingat. At that time, hindi pa masyadong disaster. Pero June 15, major eruption, nagdiblim ang buong paligid. Umulan ng buhangin, umulan ng putik, umulan din ng mga bato. So, panik kami lahat doon. Nagsitakbuhan, lahat ng mga tao nagsitakbuhan, nagpunta sa mga eskwelahan. At yung iba nag-evacuate na talagang kanya-kanya na talagang takbo sa takot.
Lumabas kami ng mga offices, and yung mga tao at saka mga estudyante, sinundan kami. So, habang nagdadasal, nagro-rosaryo kami ganon, yung mga bata, nakahawak sila sa amin. Yung para bang masisave sila kung nakahawak sila sa amin.
Doon sa lakas ng disaster na yun, lakas ng pagbaba ng mga lahar, doon na na-demolish yung mga bahay namin. Nasero na talaga lahat. Ang pangkabuhayan, mga bahay, wala na talaga. At umalis kami sa lugar namin dahil doon sa umaga na yun, na 8 o'clock din, talagang napakatindi ng problema. Lahat ng mga tao umiiyak na lang.
Oo, sabi nga, parang kaming wounded healer. Kami meron din naranas, pero we have to share also ourselves sa others, no? And then eventually, a lot of livelihood projects were initiated by the church and the government and the non-government organization.
Nung pong nagre-rehab kami, talagang sinubaybayan kami ng mga Dominicans, talagang tinulungan kami. Binigyan po kami nila ng puhunan para sa pambili ng seedlings, nagpatayo po ng irrigations namin. Hindi lang po isa, marami po yan. Maraming mga irrigasyon na bawat area na kailangan na ma-install ng mga irrigasyon.
Bilang Dominican Sisters, as kamanlalakbay ng ating mga kapatid na magsasaka, provide namin ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. Lalo na ang irrigation machineries, kalabaw, vegetable and rice seedlings, at fruit-bearing trees. At mula noon, doon nag-umpisa ang isang kooperatiba. Dahil sa kooperatiba, nagkaisa ang mga magsasaka dito sa Mabalacat. At mula noon, naging malakas ang kanilang pagsasamahan. At nagkaroon ng sistema ang kanilang grupo. Nagkaroon sila ng common provide ng mga fertilizers at saka sa mga seedlings. At gayon din kung paano ang pagbebenta ng kanilang mga produkto.
Nung pong natandaan ko po nung February yun, nakatanggap po kami ng eviction letter from CDC. Paano ang pagre-rehabilitasyon namin sa aming mga buhay, sa aming mga pamilya. Paano na po sa darating na araw? Galing kami ng disaster ng Pinatubo, madi-disaster na naman kami dito. At that time po, ang napag-isipan namin, makipagnegosasyon kasama ang mga sisters.
Kami ay kasama ng ating mga kapatid na magsasaka. Kami ay kasama nilang nakilaban, na ipaglaban ang lupang ito upang makamit nila muli ang lupang kanilang pinaghirapan.
Halos araw-araw nandito sila. Sinusubaybayan nila ang aming mga, makikita nila ang aming mga pagbangon. Mula sa zero hanggang sa umunlad. From asosasyon, kinumbert po namin ng kooperatiba, nakita nila ang pagunlad. Kaya maraming pong salamat. Kung kinakailangan nga sasabihin kong ipagsigawan sa buong mundo, ipagsisigawan ko. Maraming talaga salamat sa mga taong, mga religious, mga Dominican Sisters na nagbigay pahulaga sa amin. Maraming salamat.
Ang sasabi ko na ang kongregasyon namin ay nagre-response sa mga pangangailangan ng ating mga magsasaka. Kaya kami bilang member ng Dominican Sisters, pinagpapatuloy namin ang pag-respond sa pangangailangan ng ating mga magsasaka. Kaya sabi nga ni Mother Teresa, faith in action is love, and love in action is service.
Together with the other religious congregations, volunteers, and NGOs, the congregation created rehabilitation projects, outreach programs, and pastoral activities to uplift the broken spirits of the victims from the different parts of the diocese.
Yung community ng mga Aita, masasabi kong very simple. At yung kanilang pagkasimple, makikita mo naman sa kanilang pamumuhay na tahimik din.
So that was 2003, no? Nag-start ako dito. Yung eskwelahan, wala pang bagong building. Then nagkakaroon na rin kami ng feeding program dahil nakikita namin na talagang kailangan ng mga Aita ang feeding. Kokonti ang pumapasok. Kasi nga wala silang, parang walang dahilan para pumasok sila sa eskwelahan. After 3 years, natuwa ako nang dumating yung mga madre, Dominican Sisters. May nakatulong kami sa feeding program. Instead na akong magluto, sila ang nagluluto. Marami silang nahikayat na mga mag-aaral na pumasok sa eskwelahan noon. Mayroong kaming absent na teacher, sila ang nagtuturo. Especially in GMRC, no? Nagpapasalamat ako sa mga Dominican Sisters na naging bahagi sila sa paghubog sa aming mga mag-aaral.
A new mission area was established due to the socio-political unrest during the martial law in 1972, which was called Justice and Peace Ministry. The sisters became active in rallies and mass actions and fought side by side with the people who were oppressed by the Marcos regime.
Presently, I am working with our sisters in the Dominican School of Angeles City. I was a young sister when martial law came, and I also have just finished my college education. Since the church knows that I am always working with the young, and they were afraid that I am organizing the youth against the government, I heard that I was under surveillance. But that didn't stop us to organize the young because we had our meeting in the church and they cannot question us when it is in the church. So it is there where we give our young people the Christian formation and also for them to know what is happening in the context. When the time came na paalis na yung president, we really went directly to Malacanang, and that's the time, walking, we met our seminarians from Santo Domingo with Mama Mary in front of us. Binabato nila kami ng mga basag na bote, and a part there where somebody stopped us, so they kept on throwing broken bottles, pero nagtatago kami sa likod ni Mama Mary. I know there are many people who had offered their lives for our country. Ako ba naman, kahit ba maliit lang, can I not share? And because I was supported by my congregation, kasi pare-pareho kami na basta magkaroon ng pagkakataon to work for justice right where we are participating.
After the great calamities of 1972, 1991, and the dictatorial era of Marcos, the congregation started to expand outside Pampanga.
1996 nag-start ang mga Dominican Sisters sa pamumuno yan ni Sister Rosita M. Yaya O.P.
Si Father Quirico Pedregosa invited us to do the mission in Tala. In the Dominican family, we have collaboration, and so he chose our congregation because we usually have more mission among the poor. When we arrived in Tala, we saw the school, it's almost crumbling, and the situation of the employees, economically, their salaries are very low, and the people are really very simple. But when they sent me there, I was also afraid because of the idea about leprosy. But then when, as we go along in the mission, we discovered that it's not contaminating. How I was able to overcome the fear when we went to the people and visited their families.
Tapos si Sister, dumating sila para tumulong sa paaralan. At hindi lingid naman sa kaalaman na talagang through their help, yung Our Lady of Remedies Sisters, maraming inayos talaga sa paaralan, itinulong sila sa paaralan. So kasama na ako doon sa mga pagbabago na yun kasi ilang taon na rin ako dito, dekada na rin naman ako dito.
We started with prayer session with them, giving them recollection, the employees, the students, and then we discovered who they are through this. They have gained their self-confidence because we let ourselves also to let them feel that they belong to us and we belong to them. The sense of belongingness became strong. When we are having the rebuilding, constructing the buildings there, they really participated,
Ibinigay din nila yung buhay nila para sa paaralan, para sa ikagaganda ng paaralan. Unti-unti inayos ito to the extent na naghanap ng benefactor. Ang mga benefactors na rin si Sister noong time na yun. Kaya unti-unti napaganda yung school. Sa tulong din naman nila, sa tulong nila sisters, ay mga sisters na nandito, yung Remedies Sisters, kumbaga nagkaroon ng yung na-boost yung moral, yung pagtanggap din.
As an individual, I learned to sit at the feet of the poor. It's listening to their cares and their hopes and their sorrows so that we can respond relevantly, and then we can be in solidarity with them in their simple lifestyle. As Pope Francis said, is inviting us to go to the periphery. So Tala is the best place to do mission in the periphery because it's a community of the poor, but poor who knows how to share. No? We continue to support our mission in Tala, but it doesn't stop there. We go deeper and wider into our missions.
When the congregation joined the Dominican Family Collaboration in 1989, they were able to expand and strengthen their network, working hand in hand with other religious organizations. It gave them the opportunity to respond to the spiritual needs of the Filipinos abroad.
As a preparation for our Jubilee year 2000, our congregation sent yours truly as the first sisters assigned in Taiwan as my second assignment. In 1991, a German Dominican father, the parish priest of Saint Michael the Archangel in Tungkang, Pingtongshan, Taiwan, saw the growing number of the Filipino Catholics in his parish coming from the different sectors. One of his concerns is of serving the spiritual needs of the Filipinos. He thought of collaborating with the Dominican family in the Philippines, and the collaboration gave birth to a new mission, Frontiers, of our congregation. I started to talk with them, giving counseling, listening. For me to be sent in a foreign mission is a great privilege to treasure and value it. So no matter how difficult and risky the work is, so God's grace then is the only source of my strength and courage to go on.
The Dominican Sisters of Our Lady of Remedies and the Adrian Sisters planned of merging together. Being global means addressing a larger scale of global issues and concerns, such as diplomatic disputes, environmental concerns, and human trafficking.
For the past 50 years, the Dominican Sisters remained faithful to their original charism, the original vision of Saint Dominic, which is to concentrate on the meaning of prayer, recollection, charity, and love of the poor.
Well, the Dominican Sisters are local archdiocesan in nature. They were strictly in the beginning in Pampanga, although now they have 2 nuns, I think, in Norway. And they also have 2 nuns in Taipei, somewhere there.
Yes, like a tiny seed that was planted 50 years ago through their foundation by Archbishop Emilio Sinense. This seed has grown up into a big tree, and it has extended its branches to Norway, and for a time in Taiwan, and also at Tala in Rizal, in their apostolate for the families of lepers.
So, what used to be local now is no longer local, it's international as far as I can see.
And today, our Dominican sisters continue to be witnesses, giving the testimony to the gospel through their various apostolates, and we are very grateful to them.
Mission today means crossing boundaries, calling us to be bridge builders, truth seekers, healers of our planet, and caretakers of the household of God. We now begin a new journey towards a wider mission, With the merger with the Adrian Dominican Sisters, the wide horizon is set before us. It continues to challenge us to give more as we embrace the widening scope of the mission.